Hey, my name is Debbie, and my channel is actually about how to make money selling online on eBay and Poshmark. But today, since it is Valentine's Day weekend, I thought it would be a lot of fun to share my Match.com story, how I met my husband, and show you a video clip where he surprised me when he proposed to me at the end of a race, and also just share some things that I learned about being on Match.com so that you can also have a successful story rather than a disaster story. So before we get started, I just want to tell my husband happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, Lance. Thank you for being the absolute best husband in the world and being just such a great man. I appreciate you so much. I am so grateful for everything you do for me and for the amazing marriage that we have. It's better than I could have ever dreamed of. I love you. Happy Valentine's Day. If you would like to be able to find a great match like I did, I'm going to share some of the things that I think really helped lead me down that road. So to tell you a little bit about my background, I was married and had 3 kids, and like everyone else, I never in a million years imagined that I would end up divorced. So I was a single mom raising 3 kids for 4.5 years, and I was dating a little bit and not having good success. And it seemed like I attracted the wrong men. And one day my sister gave me the best piece of advice. She said, Debbie, you need to stop just going out with anybody that asks you. You need to pick the guys that you want to date, not let them pick you. And I really thought about that, and it was absolutely true. I realized what I was doing was when a guy would ask me out, I was just so excited that he asked me out, and I focused on, oh, I want to be the right person for them, not necessarily is that the right person for me. So that changed my perspective completely, and I decided I was going to choose someone that had the same values that I had. I thought, I'm going to come up with this criteria and I'm going to choose who I want to date. And what better platform than Match.com? I thought I can go on there and read what they say, look at their pictures, and really figure out what the person is like before I go out on a date with them. So I had a few things that I thought were really important to me. I thought I want them to have great values. I want them to have a good work ethic. I want someone that really values family and someone that is smart, yet they're not arrogant. And then also someone that has a really healthy lifestyle. Fitness is important to them. If they are a runner, that would be great because I would love to share that lifestyle with someone. And if they like to run races, even better. That is like just the cherry on top. And that is exactly what I found. Do not settle for something other than what you want. Of course, everybody's expectations, their value system is going to be different. So decide on what you want. Just to let you know, I am not sponsored in any way by Match.com. I'm not making any money on this. I just thought it would be fun to share my story. When I decided to get on Match.com, I filled out my profile. I actually didn't pay anything. I did a 30-day trial. I think my husband paid like the max. His was like $100. So I get on there and I'm really selective about which profiles I find match with me. And I kind of just went along for a little while, and then one day I got an email and I printed it out. This is what it says. It said, hi, what's your favorite running song? Motley Crue, Kickstart My Heart is my favorite. To be honest, most of my running playlist is late 80s and 90s rock. And I was completely shocked because just a couple weeks before, I had downloaded a lot of songs like that from my childhood to run to, and that was on my running playlist. And I had just ran to Kickstart My Heart. I had been running to it every day for like the last couple weeks. So I was completely blown away, and I thought, this guy's a runner. And so I looked at his profile and everything seemed to match up. One thing that he said that he thought might make some people go away, but it really showed me what his core values were. He said, if you're the type of person that likes to complain, but then you just sit on the couch and do nothing about it, then we probably won't be a match, something like that. And to me, I was like, yes, that shows me that he believes that working hard and makes a difference, and what you put into things is what you get out of things. So that was one thing that just really stood out to me. So we started talking, and we actually emailed back and forth for about 3 weeks before we ever met in person. And I think that was a really good idea because I really got to know him. He really got to know me very well. He gets up super early at 4:30 in the morning. I do now too, which I love. But he would write a really nice email to me every morning. So when I woke up, I would get this thoughtful email, and I learned so much about him throughout that time before I ever met up with him, because I think sometimes people can go on a date and maybe they're really enjoying the date and being out in the environment, and they get sucked in by that instead of really thinking about the person that they're with. So we both had the opportunity to get to know each other really well. And then he asked me out on a date, and it was a race. I was so excited. And before we went on that race, I wrote an email. I thought, this is something. And my mom and dad have been married for 52 years. Absolutely wonderful parents. I had the best childhood growing up. And my dad had told this story about when he went on a date with my mom, and when he got home, he wrote down on a slip of paper that he was going to marry her. And he still has that paper to this day. And I heard about that all my life. And so I thought, this is the guy. I know it. I had gotten to know him through the emails, and before even meeting him, I knew he was the one. So I started an email, and I kept this email where I would just send it to myself throughout our dating. And I put, my dad wrote on a sheet of paper that he was going to marry my mom after their first date. He saved that paper and still has it today, over 50 years later. I always thought that was neat. I met a guy, his name is Lance. I think he is the one. I haven't even met him in person yet, but we have been emailing, texting, and spoke on the phone. I already feel like I have such a connection with him. The things he says are the things I believe and feel. He is a runner too, and I want so much to share that lifestyle with someone. And on and on and on. And so I think that's really neat. I love that I wrote that down right before, like minutes before he picked me up. So he picked me up, and he asked if he could get me a little early. The race started at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and he said, oh, we could go get coffee or something first and just have some time to talk. So we are on the road, and we are almost to the race. This is like a 35-minute drive. And he says, you have your driver's license, right? And I say, no, I didn't bring it. Was I supposed to? And he was like, oh yeah, we have to have it to get the tickets. And so I was like, oh no, it's at home. And he didn't even blink an eye. He was like, oh, that's no big deal. That will just give us more time to talk in the car. I think that's actually better. I like that. We'll just go back. He didn't get upset. He didn't get mad in any way. He actually turned it into a positive and made me feel like I didn't make a stupid mistake, that it was just the greatest thing. And so I learned a lot from his temperament, and that meant a lot to me. So we go get my driver's license, go to the race, have the best time. Then we went to dinner afterwards. We had the longest date ever. It was like 2 p.m. until like midnight or so. And we just had a blast. We had this great connection, and we continued dating, had so much fun. And then I will show you the proposal. He got together, and he actually had my oldest daughter, Morgan, help him design the wedding ring. I had no idea about this. And there was a race that he asked me to do, the half marathon, the Silo District Marathon in Texas. And so I said I would go, and we go to the race. And at the finish line, after we finish, he proposes, and then I look up and our daughters are there, and they were not supposed to be there. It was the biggest shock. It was so much excitement, and then we went and celebrated all together afterwards. My son Jason didn't come, so he was busy doing other things, but it was just the neatest experience. So here's the clip.
Great finish.
Formidable challenge. All right, well, we've got an update from the course and our Chip Cam. Let's see where he's at. He is coming up on the dam here at Lake Waco, 14 miles in. And there he is, everybody. He's still wearing the blue belt. What a monster. I can't
Great
believe that.
finish.
He's got a gaggle of athletes around him. I love that you got these t-shirts.
That's on record! Look, we got him recorded!
Oh, that's awesome!
Is it still recording? It's still recording! Oh my gosh, it's so pretty! So I'll stop recording, I guess, now.
So we got married. We have been married. It will be 3 years in July, and it is everything and more than I could have ever thought. We get along so well. I think making sure that I chose someone that had the same values as I did has been key in that. With everything that's happened in the world, there are so many things that I thought, wow, wouldn't that be bad if we had exact opposite views on some of these things? But we don't, because I think our core values are so similar that our thought processes on things are also similar. So I ended up having a dream marriage. I feel like I hit the jackpot lottery of husbands, and I think it is because of choices. Match.com is a platform, and it is how you use it. You can use it and have disaster stories if you make poor choices, or you can make really good choices and have success stories. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my story, and good luck in your dating adventures. Bye.